G'day guys, Tyson here. Just thought I might show a video of my own layout. This one isn't my main layout, this is one I've been doing for my club, Logan District Model Railway Club, just south of Brisbane, Australia. This is just a simple little one. The track was already down, the river was already cut out, bridges were already in, and this one here obviously wasn't, but that just sort of sits in there anyway, and that'll all be detailed properly once I get closer to that point. I sort of gave up on it for the time being and started focusing on my layout, which I'll get to now. My layout's just about 3 metres wide by 4.2 metres long. It's N scale. I model Norfolk Southern. I don't model any area in particular, but just I like the locomotives, I like the paint scheme, I like how they're Amtrak's taxi service. I like a bit of Amtrak too, so they all work well together. But this first module here, we've got my coal facility. So if we follow the line round, it's a reverse loop in the middle here, so from that point it'll come round, go around the back, it'll go underneath the conveyor belt, which will be going into the mountain up here. These mainline tracks will be covered by the mountain, so you won't see them. But the coal train comes around and the locomotives will finish up just here before this, well, pretty much at this magnetic uncoupler. Now, I'm going to put another point in here, I think, and take the locomotives back and just use a little shunter which will shunt them up this little spur line here into the coal facility itself. So yeah, that reverse loop in there can hold 24 wagons plus 2 locomotives, and still have room for a couple more wagons if I decide to get any more. Now if we follow this round, it goes all the way around the back and comes back up to the main line. Now, this section of the main line is also a reverse loop. As you'll see later on, I've got quite a number of crossovers in my main line, so to make wiring easier and not have as many reverse loops, it'll pretty much be this top section here will be one reverse loop and the other end of the layout will be another reverse loop. So if we start at this point and come off the main line, you've got a siding up the top here, which also gives you the effect of still a double main line in the last module here. Then comes back on to the main line, and comes across, and we come across to this Walther's Bridge. Now I might add, I've never built much of the Walther's stuff before, but this bridge was a little fiddly pain in the bum. So next time I'll get somebody else to do it for me. It's waterfall and this will be covered in trees. It's nowhere near complete. I started doing this one day, I got bored and just thought I'll give colours a go. All this paint's actually been done with spray paint, so it's not even that great looking stuff, but that'll all be fixed up eventually anyway. You come off the bridge and you got the first lot of crossovers here. That first point just there, we'll follow the main line down. That'll be a tourist line, just a tourist station. There'll be a little cafe or something over here with a few tourist tracks, maybe people swimming in the river there, waterfall, a bit of a lookout or something halfway up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Along here we're going to have the grain facility, which once again should house anywhere from 24 to 36 wagons. We come back to this main line, we'll follow it through. This point would take the tourist train back to that other point you just saw. We'll come round. That point at the back there, that's going to go up to a oil facility, refinery area, so there'll be a whole bunch of cars up there, a whole bunch of tank cars and whatnot up there. So that'll be, don't have too many of those, so I'm not sure how big of a facility I'm going to make that. Coming back to the main line, this front track here, so you can see goes off. We've got 3 different lines here now. This front track, that'll be the station. So all this area in here will be your residential, commercial sort of area. Just lots of housing and whatnot. We keep coming across when we get up to this section here. Now this back corner of the layout I'm going to turn into a scrap metal facility. It's going to house just a small company that takes scrap metal and pretty much melts it down and turns it into steel and whatnot. So we're going to have a steel facility on one side, scrap metal on the other. Have some gondolas with scrap metal in them. I've got some coil cars from Atlas, so they're all working well over there with each other. So that'll be a nice little neat industry. We'll come along here, follow that back track, and you can see there's a point there, and that'll go off to my intermodal facility. Now, I was hoping for 3 tracks in there, but I'm not sure that's going to fit in there anymore, so it might only be 2 tracks in there. But I use the Deluxe Innovations double stacks, and they're 5 cars long, so I'll only be able to get 1 in there comfortably on each track. So we might need to change that later on, but for now it'll do. We've got this crossover in here, and that will come into it'll be just a little freight box car sort of facility in here. And along the front here I'm going to have another building here for auto parts. I've got a few 89-foot box cars, a few 60-foot box cars for carrying car parts and the likes. So that'll come off, the track will come off there, come down, back here, and then you're going to have to reverse the train back into it, and there'll be 2 tracks at the front here. Then come up to the yard again, so the main line, and once again it fires itself through, and at the back there it comes all the way around. This will be the yard. It comes down through here, back along here, and then back onto itself over here. Now I've got, you have a look here, what is there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there'll be 5 sidings and the main line in there. So there'll be a few tracks in there. I don't plan on having too many trains in there at any one time. They should all be scattered throughout the layout, but you never know. This point configuration up here, we're going to have from the point closest to me, this one just here, that will come off, and there'll be a diesel engine facility closer to this edge of the layout. And where this other point is coming off here, that's going to go to auto racks. So I'll have all my auto racks in there, have a car yard and whatnot, just with all new cars sitting in there ready to go. So yeah, it's all pretty simple, pretty nicely laid out, I think. At the front here, about here somewhere, I'm going to put another point in somewhere later on, and then I'll come up just up here to a small car facility just to fix up the cars and whatnot, damaged wagons and what have you. Follow it around, we've got another point at the back here, and that point's just for future use if I ever want to expand down into here and eventually make use of the work area. I was thinking, however, of putting another point in, taking it off that point and bringing it down and around and actually coming underneath the layout, but won't work with my current configuration. So we're approaching the 10-minute mark now, so I won't bore you anymore. I am DCC. I use NCE power cab, and I've only just started wiring it these last couple of days, so I've got my auto reverser in there, and those plugs there will plug into this next module. All my layout is modular, so if I ever need to, I can take it all apart in pieces and take it wherever I want to take it to. So yeah, anyway, thanks for looking, guys. Have a good one.